Here's your wrestling news for March 9th, 2022. And your headlines for today include WWE 2K22 already giving gamers tons of glitches, Steve Austin accepts Kevin Owens' invitation to appear on KO show at WrestleMania, when was the deal finalized, Vince McMahon is working to get more out of Steve Austin for WrestleMania, and more. Breaking news as Jim Ross shares shocking details concerning Austin's return, Bray Wyatt to make first appearance after WWE release, Karrion Kross shares major details. Sid could be the next announced for WWE Hall of Fame, WWE considering virtual induction for some WWE Hall of Famers next month, AEW criticized for already dropping the ball with Keith Lee, NXT UK star set to make NXT 2.0 debut next week, Seth Rollins blacks out all his social media accounts, and more. We are kicking off today with WWE 2K22, which was finally released, with the Deluxe Edition and NWO for Life Edition being made available yesterday. The standard version of the game won't be available until Friday, but fans haven't wasted time sharing their first glitches of the latest installment. One glitch saw Edge floating above the ring before descending down slowly, while another error saw the game screen completely black out, and no, this wasn't a part of The Undertaker's entrance. Another error saw the ring ropes flailing out of control, and one disastrous TLC match where several glitches happened would have had the live crowd demanding refunds. Fans have also mocked the odd player models and lack of real updates, as there's no new matches or gameplay mechanics to speak of. With WWE's relationship with 2K seriously strained, this game has been seen as a make-or-break last chance for the series, but if developers don't find a way to fix these glitches soon, 2K22 may be the last game before WWE finds work with another video game developer. For the past month, Kevin Owens has been insulting the state of Texas, and on this week's Raw, goaded Stone Cold Steve Austin to show up for a WrestleMania edition of the KO show. At long last, fans have their answer, as in a video shared by WWE, Austin confirmed that he'll be coming to AT&T Stadium and has one last can of whoop-ass left for the prizefighter. There's been conflicting reports of whether this will be a match or just a confrontation, and whatever their interaction is called, the Rattlesnake may not be too thrilled to be a part of the show. That's at least what AEW's commentator and Austin's friend Jim Ross believes, as on his Grilling JR podcast, he said he spoke to Austin before and that he wasn't too excited about the plan. JR explained that while Austin remains in great shape, the former WWF champion is a perfectionist, and that if there was any chance of him wrestling, he'd need to be informed at least 6 months' notice. Ross also questioned whether Owens was the right opponent and said that if Austin is going to wrestle again, he should be allowed to handpick the person he's going to be facing. JR said he's unsure whether WWE can pull off all that they had planned with just a few weeks to prepare for it, as we're now just 24 days away from WrestleMania 38. In an update, Steve Carrier of Ringside News says that Austin's Mania plans haven't been scaled back, but that he never agreed to work a match at all. It's reported that Austin agreed to do the KO show after fierce negotiations over creative, money, legacy, and whether Austin can deliver what the audience would expect of him. Austin versus Owens may not be the match fans had first expected, but their confrontation will still be a draw and should resolve the mostly one-sided rivalry that all started with the prizefighter bashing Texas. What do you make to this angle? Is Austin coming back but not wrestling still worth it? Or would you rather have seen a match between the two? Let us know in the comments. Stone Cold Steve Austin won't be having a traditional match at WrestleMania, but the fact that WWE got him at all is still a huge achievement. While it's been reported that Austin and WWE have been in talks for some time, nothing was finalized, and an agreement has only come together this week. On Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer said how a deal was only fully reached within the past couple of days, and that had he not, then the entire story of Owens badmouthing Texas would have been for nothing. While there's other Texans who could have stepped up at WrestleMania, fans have been waiting on Stone Cold Steve Austin for the past month, and they'll certainly get the Texas Rattlesnake in the Lone Star State next month, but Austin left it pretty close before confirming he'll be there. WrestleMania 38 will mark 1 year since Bray Wyatt's last match in WWE, where he took a surprising loss to Randy Orton thanks to Alexa Bliss. Released from WWE last July, Wyatt has yet to make an appearance within the wrestling world, but that'll all change this weekend. BodySlam.net reports that the former Universal Champion will appear under his real name, Wyndham Rotunda, this Sunday at the Showcase of Legends 7 event in Albany, New York. The Fiend will be joined alongside a ton of stars, but the plan is for him not to wrestle, but to do meet and greets with fans. A big-time wrestling show is scheduled for later in the day, but at this time, Wyatt is not on the card. This will be Wyatt's first public appearance at an event since his release, and while he won't be wrestling, one ex-superstar has their eye on The Fiend. When a fan said how Wyatt and Killer Kross need to face off somewhere, the former two-time NXT champion replied, simply saying, "We will." Like Wyatt, Kross was released from WWE last year and has since confirmed that he'll work with EC3 and Adam Scherr at Control Your Narrative. With Wyatt being close to Scherr, formerly Braun Strowman, it's not impossible that the former Fiend could soon be controlling his own narrative in the promotion. But where do you think Wyatt should go next after his controversial release from WWE last July? Sound off in the comments. Next month, WWE will once again host its annual Hall of Fame, with The Undertaker and Vader being announced so far. Yesterday, we reported that the Steiner brothers could be the next to be announced as inductees, but now another name from the past may soon be donning a Hall of Fame ring. According to Andrew Zarian, Sid is one of the names planned to be inducted, though WWE have yet to confirm this publicly. A former WWE champion and WCW World Heavyweight Champion, Sid worked under several names, including Sid Justice and Psycho Sid, throughout his impressive career. We'll only know for sure if Sid is to be inducted this year if WWE make an official statement confirming the news, but fans on April 1st can expect the 7-foot former world champion to be another huge name inducted into the Hall of Fame. If he's inducted, Sid will join one of the most star-studded Hall of Fame classes of all time, but it may have too many big stars for WWE's liking. That's according to Dave Meltzer, who on Wrestling Observer Radio explained how WWE wants to give a lot of the ceremony to The Undertaker, which will cause other inductees to have much less time or none at all. One idea being suggested is that some inductees won't even have a presence at the ceremony, and that their inductions will be done digitally across social media. WWE only has 90 minutes for this year's Hall of Fame, as the event will run from 10:30 p.m. Eastern to midnight, and that isn't a lot of time for an entire class of inductees, especially when you factor in the 3-decade career of the dead man. While these legends all deserve a spot on the ceremony, WWE simply won't have time for everyone in their 90-minute broadcast, and it's expected that some soon-to-be Hall of Famers will have to be left out. Last month, Keith Lee made his debut for AEW after being released from WWE in November last year. Lee was one of the most hotly anticipated free agents prior to inking a deal with Tony Khan, but his run in the company so far hasn't exactly set the world on fire. At Revolution, Lee came up short at the Face of the Revolution ladder match in his only loss in the company to date, but that's not the only issue he's facing. While speaking on Legion of Raw, former WWE writer Vince Russo argued that AEW has dropped the ball with the Limitless One, as demonstrated in his second match with the company not being as one-sided as you'd expect. You and I sat here and we witnessed WWE Creative just failing Keith Lee miserably. So I see him for the first time on AEW, and from what I understand, the company had him in the ring with a jabroni called JD Drake. I have never even heard of this guy. Seriously, it took him about 12 minutes to beat this jabroni, and I'm like, what are you doing? Keith Lee's second match in AEW, 12 minutes to beat this guy? Did you guys not learn anything from watching WWE? I just can't fathom this. Lee has a tremendous amount of talent, but many feel AEW, like WWE's main roster, isn't capitalizing on it, and here's hoping things turn around for the former NXT champion in Tony Khan's company. Over to NXT 2.0, as the show recently saw the long-awaited arrival of Gunther after dominating the NXT UK brand, and now another name from across the pond is heading to the United States. During NXT Roadblock, promos were aired for the arrival of A-Kid, the Spanish superstar who won the first NXT UK Heritage Cup, and he's set to make his debut for NXT 2.0 next week. The 24-year-old is one of WWE's best underrated wrestlers right now, and has proven to be a standout star on the NXT UK roster. And now, he's bringing his talents to NXT 2.0. And we're ending today with Seth Rollins, who has changed up his social media accounts in a major way. Online, Rollins has blacked out his Twitter header and profile photo and has changed his name to an ellipsis without giving any reason why. The former world champion also made similar changes to his Instagram account and, like on Twitter, gave no reason for the change. What we do know is that on Raw, Rollins looked despondent after he and Kevin Owens failed to capture the Raw Tag Team titles, which he said they had to win to book their place at WrestleMania 38. When Kevin Patrick approached Rollins backstage, the superstar, who's almost never at a loss for words, walked away without responding to the questions. At this time, there's no update as to what WWE has planned for Rollins at WrestleMania, and that's clearly taking a toll on the visionary, even on social media. Well guys, that's our news for today. Please share your comments below. Also hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to receive all notifications. And as always, thanks for watching.